जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति भी अविनाशन हारी, गणपति भी अविनाशन हारी, गणपति भी अविनाशन हारी, गणपति भी अविनाशन हारी। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय सिंहवाहिनी त्रिशूलधारिणी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जगनी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ। अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ। अम्बे भवानी माँ। सिंहवाहिनी त्रिशूलधारिणी अम्बे भवानी माँ। सिंहवाहिनी त्रिशूलधारिणी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी 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 अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ। अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय जननी साई जननी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे मां अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे मां अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे मां अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे दुर्गा भवानी जगदम्बे दुर्गा भवानी जगदम्बे लक्ष्मी भवानी जगदम्बे लक्ष्मी भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे काली भवानी जगदम्बे काली भवानी जगदम्बे शक्ति भवानी जगदम्बे शक्ति भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बे चंडिका देवी जगदम्बे चंडिका देवी जगदम्बे चामुंडेश्वरी मैया जगदम्बे चामुंडेश्वरी मैया जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति बोलो ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति जय जय दुर्गा शक्ति महाकाली शक्ति जय जय दुर्गा शक्ति महाकाली शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति जय जय दुर्गा शक्ति महाकाली शक्ति जय जय दुर्गा शक्ति महालक्ष्मी शक्ति जय जय दुर्गा शक्ति महाकाली शक्ति शक्ति ओम 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 शक्ति अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे अम्मा भवानी जगदम्बे जननी जननी सत्य साई शुभ जननी 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 सत्य साई शुभ जननी जगकारिणी परिपूर्ण ही साईश्वरी जननी जगकारिणी परिपूर्ण ही साईश्वरी जननी सत्य स्वरूपिणी जननी सत्य स्वरूपिणी जननी धर्म संरक्षिणी जननी धर्म संरक्षिणी जननी शांति स्वरूपिणी जननी शांति स्वरूपिणी जननी प्रेम प्रदायिनी जननी साई प्रेम प्रदायिनी जननी 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 सत्य साई शुभ जननी जगकारिणी परिपूर्ण ही साईश्वरी जननी सत्य स्वरूपिणी जननी सत्य स्वरूपिणी जननी धर्म संरक्षिणी जननी धर्म संरक्षिणी जननी शांति स्वरूपिणी जननी शांति स्वरूपिणी जननी प्रेम प्रदायिनी जननी साई प्रेम प्रदायिनी जननी 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 सत्य साई शुभ जननी जगकारिणी परिपूर्ण ही साईश्वरी जननी हो जननी जननी सत्य साई शुभ जननी सत्य साई शुभ जननी सत्य साई शुभ जननी शंभु महादेवा शिव शंभु महादेवा शंभु महादेवा शिव शंभु महादेवा शंभु महादेवा शंभु महादेवा Hari Sai Nath Shambho. Bolo Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva.
बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति जगम्मा माता की जय शरणम. All you meditating. All you say, we don't want that. What do we want? All right. Let's do that again, right? Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Jagannama Mata ki jai. Alright, now it feels like we are in a yagna. As we are about to commence this evening here once more, devotees, and another night of wonderful devotion, we continue our beautiful katha. As we continue to hear what happens next tonight, Parvati Mata is telling her mother about the vision that she had. She's explaining to her mother about the vision that she had. That the words of Naraji is real and that she has to go and perform tapasya. She has to go and perform that tapasya to get Lord Shiva to become her consort. But before doing that, devotees, we will glorify the divine name of Bhagwan tonight in the form of Sri Ganesha. Om एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्। पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
एकदन्ता गजानना अनेकदन्तं विज्ञानना
एकदन्ता गजानना अनेकदन्तं विज्ञानना।
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
लंबोदर हे गजानना लंबोरगधर गजानना
लंबोदर हि गजानना लंबोरगधर गजानना।
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
सूक्ष्म नेत्र गजानना अनंत करना विचारना
सूक्ष्म नेत्र गजानना आनंद करना विचारना।
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना बोलो
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
चिन्मय मुद्र बोधन चतुरा योग मुद्र समाधिपाला
चिन्मय मुद्रा भूधन चतुरा योगा मुद्रा समाधिपाला।
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
सच्चिदानंदा गजानना नित्यानंदा निरंजना
सच्चिदानंदा गजानना नित्यानंदा निरंजना।
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना।
So some of you, like you're saying, Baba, what strange bhajan is singing it out? We don't know. Last time the first song I sang, everybody started clap hard from the beginning. Is it because it's a different crowd, or what is going on? So I'll sing something that is a little bit easier, right? गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना बोलो सिंग
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना।
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना बोलो
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना।
गजानना हे गजानना हे गजानना हे गजानना गणपति बप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया बोलो
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया
गणपति बप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया
देवा श्री गणेशा 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 गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना बोलो
गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना
गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना
गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना
गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना गम गम गणपति गजानना बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की नारायण. At this point in time, devotees, before we join our most beautiful katha, we make preparation as we join in our opening arati. साजं च वैति सनकमहिनायुर्रम्यादीपं गानदेवशत्रैलोक्यं दिमिनापहं दीपं दृश्यामि. बोलो श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निश दिन द्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी
तुमको निश दिन द्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
मांग सिंदूर विराजत दीको मृग मध को मांग सिंदूर विराजत दीको मृग मध को उज्ज्वल से दौलेला चंद्र बदनली को मैया सिंग बोली के समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंठन पर साजे मैया हरि वाहन राजत कदग कपरदारे के हरि वाहन राजत कदग कपरदारे सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हारे मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासारे मोती कानन कुंडल शोभित नासारे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर राजत सम ज्योति मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी बोलो शुंभनि शुंभ विरारे महिषासुर गते शुंभनि शुंभ विरारे महिषासुर गते डुम्र विलोचन नैना निशिदिन मदमाते मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
चंद्रमुन संहारे शोणित बीज हरे चंद्रमुन संहारे शोणित बीज हरे मधु के तब दो मारे सुरदय न करे मैया
जय अम्बे
Sing the
गौरी
bodies.
मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
चंद्रमुंड संहारे ब्रह्माणी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी ब्रह्माणी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी अग्निगंबकाणी तुम शिव पतरानी मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
64 योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो 64 योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो बाजत ताल मृदंग अरु बाजत डमरू मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
तुम ही जग की माता तुम ही हो भरता तुम ही जग की माता तुम ही हो भरता भक्तन की दुख हरता सुख संपत्ति करता मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी Together devotees
जय
sing
अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
भुजाचार त्रिशोभित वरमुद्रधारी भुजाचार त्रिशोभित वरमुद्रधारी मनवांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
कंचन थाल विराज जत अगर कपूर बाते कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर बाते जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी बोलो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर बाते कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर बाते श्रीमल के तुम्हें राजत कोटि रत्न ज्योति मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय
श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे करत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे मैया जय अम्बे
गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी बोलो श्यारी शक्ति श्यामा माता की जय नारायण आराम से बैठिए डिवोटीज sit yourselves most comfortably devotees. Tonight again, once more, we join in beautiful Katha. As last night, we were listening where Parvati Mata is telling her mother about the vision that she had, right? She had this vision. She was saying, Sunahi Matu mai dikha as sapna sunavu tuhi. You know? Heartfelt. She's speaking. Ma, I relate to you the vision that I saw. Sundar gaur subhi prabara asa upade sumohi. I saw this holy man, handsome and fair complexion, and he instructed me. Karahi jai tapu saila kumari narar kaha so satya bichari. He says, go, daughter of the mountain king, and you practice this tapasya. Be assured that Narad kaha so satya bichari. The words of Naradji is certainly true. There's no two ways about it. Right? Matu pitahi puni yaha mata bhava tapu sukaprada dukkha dosha nasava. And continues to say, they are aware of this, your mother and your father and all of these things. They are aware of this as well. That what is said, it has to come to pass. Right? So, I want you to understand that tapasya or penance, austerity, it is conducive to joy. It is conducive to joy. Right? And it will put an end to pain and to sinful actions and activities and stuff like that. Last night I told you, devotees, there are many different ways that one can practice tapasya, right? You can choose to do tapasya via, you come to the mandir. Not just come in here, but you come and you clap and you sing and all of that. That is a form of tapasya. That's bhakti yoga that you are engaging in, right? You can come and perform puja. You can perform karma yoga, right? You can do actions in the name of God, seva, Right? You can do those things. You come to the mandir and you help prepare for the puja, you help prepare the food or whatever, put things together, put things in place. Right? You can do those things. There are many different things that one can do to be austerity. You can do mantra japa. I told you before, japa, right? You can repeat the name of the Lord. Om Namah Shivaya. Can chant? Om Dum Durgayai Namaha. You see, I got a lesson for you all here now. You see, I just chant your name and the lesson comes one time, right? So when I was telling you all chant mantra when we were doing the puja and these different things, and I always tell you chant, there's one little lesson that is important to learn, and I'm sure many people still don't know this, right? When referring to a devata and we are chanting that name, the name is chanted differently. When you're referring to a devi, it's chanted a little bit differently. So you know, there's a mantra in Hinduism that we normally chant. How does it go? Om Shri Ganesh. Finish it for me. What is the last part? Are you afraid to say it? Are you saying soft? Om Shri Ganesh what? Aye Nama. What if I tell you that's wrong? Because it is. In the Sanskrit language, all mantras are Sanskrit, right? Om Shri Ganeshaye Namaha doesn't exist. That is incorrect. Mispronunciation of the Sanskrit language. So you're going to get a Sanskrit class tonight. Right? It's important for us as Hindus to know and understand these things. The mantra is Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Not Aye. Aya. Right? Don't fight with me. Fight with the mantra, right? Because that's where it's written, right? And I'm not just telling you this. Some people say, he come to change things. No. I've studied this to know, to understand, to be able to share it with you, right? Don't worry. I make mistakes too, I learn and I grow. That's why we study, right? That's important. And I believe in learning lifelong. I've told you that from day one. We continue learning. If I learn something and I learn it better than what I'm doing, I will do what is better. And that's what I do all the time. What I'm doing now, I wasn't doing 5 years ago. You understand? I've learned and I'm doing better now. And it's the same now we should all apply in our lives. We learn and we grow. So the mantra is Om Shri Ganeshaya Nama. When you referring to devatas, we say Aya. When you're referring to Devis, what do you say then? Aye? You say, aye, come now, right? No. Sanskrit, right? So you have to understand different languages. Hindi, you say what? Aye na? Come and stuff like that, right? Hindi. That's why you have to understand. Ganeshaya is one word stating for you are invoking presence of the deity, right? But when it comes to Devi in the Sanskrit language, and many people still make this mistake because I've heard it over and over and over and over, right? Not saying that I'm perfect in any way, don't get me wrong. It's not out of pride, it's because I want you to understand so that you can do the right thing as well, right? Let's take an easy one. The Bij mantra of Saraswati Devi. What is the Bij mantra of Saraswati Devi? Om Aim Saraswat what? Come now, man. Ali know that mantra, simple mantra. Ali know, come now, man. Ali know this. Don't be afraid. Om Aim. All right. Well, I'll teach you then if you don't know this one, right? Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. When you refer to Devi, it ends in Aye. Aye and Aye is two different things as well. Just like Aya is something completely different. That ends in a, Aye ends in A, which is actually a E in Roman numerals and in Sanskrit. If you write it as a E, right? Aye. Aya will end in a E, the letter A as an apple, that kind of thing. And Aye ends in A-I. They are all different vowels in the Sanskrit alphabet. So when you speak about a devata, you say, now you want to say, Baba, wait, I chanted the wrong thing all my life. Yeah. Don't worry, me too. Plenty things that I've been doing as well. I'm like, wait, boy. That's why we've learned, and Swamiji would have taught and said, and all the other gurus have learned from as well, is that it's okay when you're doing it with love, and that's fine. And you learn along the process, and you learn and you eventually do better, right? That's why you start doing it with love. If it is you wasn't doing it with love all the time, you think God will put you here today to hear the correct thing? You see how it works. One thing leads to the next. So you're only here because you've been doing it with love, right? So that's okay. But when it comes to the point where now you must learn the correct thing and you are getting it, don't also say, no. What I know is already correct. No. You have to be open-minded now to realize, but wait, now this thing, bapre. You can check it. If you can read the Devanagari script, you can see it for yourself. I can show you. It's written, right? So, Om Durga Divyai Namaha. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundayai Vichi. It makes sense now? When you look at all the mantras, now it's there. But you see, we didn't think about it before. So, when you say for Devata, Aya. When you say for Devi, Ayai. So we say Om Durga Divyai Namaha. So Devi Ayai becomes Divyai. See how it works there for you? So these are little things to just take into consideration, devotees. So when we are doing our devotion, we know what we are doing. You know, there's another very, very popular Devi mantra that we chant. And this one, I want to save this because one day I want to actually do that in the katha for you and I'll explain each different word for you. But I'll just give you a little prelude to it from now, right? So you want to come to hear the rest of it, right? So the mantra we chant, how does it go? Om Jayanti Mangala Kali. Chant with me. Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shivadatri. All I say? What I said? Shivadatri. Shivadatri Swaha Swadhanamustute. So there's one word in that entire mantra that most people get incorrect. Just a couple nights ago we were talking about it. It recorded in bhajans too, and it's everywhere. And everybody's saying it, and they don't know that they are saying the wrong thing. You say, but Baba, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Because mantras are designed for something. For example, Swamiji will say it like this, right? If I ask you a question, right? Like for example, if I ask you, right? Sarah, I'm just saying, if I ask you, how is your brother doing? Right? And you respond to me and you say, she going good. That's the example Swamiji uses. He says, she going good. How does that sound? It's okay? No, it's not okay. So we need to stop saying, oh, it's okay. And people just come to want to fight that point out. Oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Mantras are designed for a reason. It's a formula. You are sending a vibration to the universe. A signal. If you send the wrong signal, right? What is going to happen? You'll get an incorrect response. It's science. Hinduism is scientific. It's not like it's something by guess or anything we feel. No. No, devotees. We take this thing for granted sometimes. What we practice is very, very, very powerful. Long ago, when you look at the saints and sages and you look at the scripture, right? How you think they chant mantras and they bring forth? Not so? Prabhu Shri Ram upon the face of the earth chant a mantra and he turns a blade of grass into an arrow. Right? Chase giant all through the three worlds. Kya baat hai? That is the power of mantra. Hanumanji chanting in the name of Prabhu Shri Ram. Soar over 800 miles ocean. You say, well, that is Hanuman and that is Prabhu Shri Ram. There are many devotees and sages and saints who have attained by doing tapasya, get to a certain point where they were able to attain that. If you do it and you start chanting, let me give you a prime example. Right? Even if it's been done wrong right now, right? You do it with the right intention, you will eventually get there. There's one individual by the name of Valmiki, right? Many of us know Ramayana, right? You always hear about the scripture and all of these things. We just call everything Ramayana. Everything, right? You coming tonight to the Yagna here, you're saying, I'm going Ramayana. Right? So, we say Ramayan, I'm going Ramayan. And, right? We as Hindus need to fix that first of all. We need to get it right first of all before somebody else gets it right. Now, there's somebody who penned the Ramayana. Anybody knows? What's his name? It starts with a V. They're afraid to answer. Yes, correct. Sarah got it correct, right? His name was Valmiki. In the Sri Ramcharitamanas, the scripture that Tulsidas wrote after in this age's time that we are living in, right, is called the Sri Ramcharitamanas. It's two different scriptures. You must know that first of all. Ramayana that Valmiki ji wrote and the Sri Ram Charitamanas is two different scriptures. It's not the same. So people say, oh, well, all is Ramayana. No. So the Ramayana is written in Sanskrit and Tulsidas ji's, his Sri Ram Charitamanas is written in what language? They say Tulsi Ramayana is written in, what do I say in Trinidad and Tobago? It's written in Hindi. Everybody say it's written in Hindi. It's written in a language called Awadhi. You ever heard of that language before? Google it. Your technology now. Google it. See if Baba telling you the truth or Baba fooling you, right? Don't Google it now when you go home. In a language called Awadhi. Awadhi is a language, it's a mixture of Sanskrit and Hindi and all of that. It's a combination. It's a village language that was spoken in the village of. So you always say, right, when you have to put an address, right, when you have to put your mailing address down, and you just have to put your street or your village or whatever, and then you just have to put a city. We always talk about the cities when we talk about scriptures, but do we talk about the villages? So for example, you say, Prabhu Shri Ram, he's from where? He's from? Correct, everybody knows. He's from Ayodhya. What village was he from? He was from the city of Ayodhya. What village was he from? Bhajan says, Bando Charana Kamal Raghunandan Avarapuri Prabhu Nitya Virajat. We sing it and we hear it for years. Baba, it's song real nice to know, but me know what it mean. And Avarapuri. He was from the village of Avarapuri. Kya baat hai? I hope you're all recording this in your mind, right? If not, you can go back and watch it later on my YouTube and you get this knowledge. I want you to learn. I want for us to grow together. Avarapuri, right? He was from that village. So the language that was spoken in that village was Awadhi. So that is that. The point I was coming to, we were going to talk about Valmiki, but as I touched on the topic, I just wanted to give you that knowledge one time, right? So Valmiki ji, before he became known in the Sri Ram Charitamanas that Tulsidas wrote, Tulsidas refers to Valmiki as Kavishwara, the Lord of all poets, right? Tulsidas is actually an incarnation, an avatar of Valmiki. Yep. Now, when it comes to Valmiki, when he was upon the face of the earth, do you know who he was before he became this great poet and this person who penned the Ramayana that we all love and all of that? Do you know who he was? He was a highway, a bandit, a gunda. He was a robber, he was a thief. So Baba, really? Yes. I'm going to show you the power of mantra and I'm going to show you the power of faith. That is why we're going through this example, right? That is who he was before, right? Some people come to me, Baba, if I tell you, wait, so many mistakes, I make this thing, that, the next. How can I attain God? Can I? Yes, you can. You can. Anybody can, as long as you are willing to. Power of mantra, right? So Tulsidas, one day a sadhu came to him and told him, you know, he's robbing and stealing and all these things. He told him, you know, you should change your life. And they went through a whole process. I'll not go into it in detail, but they went through a whole process. And eventually, the sadhu showed Tulsidas that you are going to have to pay for all this karma that you are taking right now. And nobody can help you pay for it. The bhajan says, Aaye bhi akela, jaye bhi not jaye bhi with friends. As always say that, right? You ever hear that? Jaye bhi, not jaye bhi with family. You don't go with family. You don't go with friends. Aaye bhi akela, jaye bhi akela. You come alone, you go alone. Very good. Once you know that, right? So, Valmiki, getting this advice from the sadhu, knowing that a time will come that he will have to pay for the consequence of all the actions, his family is not going to help him, nobody can help him at that point. The sadhu told him, change your life and surrender to God and start chanting the name of Ram. Valmiki was so wicked, according to Katha again, that he could not chant the name Ram. Imagine how terrible of an individual you had to be to not be able to chant the name Ram. Jai Bhagwan. Okay. We come into the point of us chanting certain things wrong, right? I know I still make mistakes now. I say it plain and simple. I'm very real and practical. I don't lie or fool anybody. When I say mistakes, we make fine little mistakes. But at the end of the day, I always try to get things at a certain level, especially when it comes to this. But we all do, because we are human beings. Sometimes mistakes will happen. Little things will happen. It happens. But if you really want to get better, you can. So Valmiki made a decision that he wanted to become a devotee of the Lord. So the sadhu told him, you have to start chanting the name of Ram. Chant it as many times as possible, and you keep chanting and surrender yourself, and you will get the darshan of God. You will get his blessing. Valmiki started chanting, and he was chanting it. Being the individual that he was, he couldn't chant Ram. He was chanting it back to front. He was chanting it. Those of you who know Ramayana Katha, you'll know this. He was chanting, Mar, 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 Mar. Mar means to kill. But that's Ram wrong side. That's the opposite of Ram. Look at that. He chanted it, Mar, 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 Ram, 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 Ram. Eventually, devotees, through the faith that he put in what he was doing, eventually he got spiritual insight to be able to do it properly. And he got so much insight that he was then able to come along and write that entire scripture that is well renowned and that is known in all parts of the world now. Look at the power of mantra. Jai Bhagwan. So sometimes people come and say, Baba, well, I want a powerful mantra, but I want a short one. Right? I want a little one, short one. Baba, you have a shorter mantra than that? I give them a mantra and say, Baba, you have a shorter one than that? All you know is true. All you do that too, right? You have a little one, that mantra long and hard. Real hard, Baba. I can't chant it. Baba, send my voice tone now. Thank God for technology now. Send my voice tone now so I can learn how to chant it and send it in writing now. Jai Bhagwan. I love all you too bad, so I send it, eh? Right. Some people now feel like I is a dictionary. When they want to translate things now, people sending all the time. Jai Bhagwan. I say, you all feel I sit at home all the time and I'm here to translate what is going on. I mean, if you want guidance, that is important. That's fine. I try to attend to everybody. These days, it's getting a little overwhelming, but I'm trying my best to attend to everybody, and I do, to the best of my ability. Right? But the thing is, if we start learning, look at the magic here now, right? If I share with one person, right? And one person learns, so I share with Sarah. Sarah learns. Sarah takes that and goes and shares it with 5 other people. Then those 5 people go and share it with 5 other people. That's how I see my purpose in life. And then they spread it and they spread it and they spread it. Everybody is going to become empowered. Everybody is going to become enriched. A difference is going to be made. So when you come here, I'm giving you a task now. I put in all here to the task, right? When you get this information, you go and somebody say, what did you learn in the Yagna? Say, well, if I tell you the food was real good, eh? Right? That's what you learn? No. They say when you go sometimes, I heard that when you go satsang or you go to Yagna and stuff, right? Normally we go with a kurta, right? Sometimes. Nowadays we have all kind of fancy outfit and thing, right? So kurta normally is come with 2 pockets, no? So they have a saying that, these 2 pockets normally, one of the pockets, it is carry home, prasadam, right? The other pocket is to carry home, not food, eh? Not food. Some people say, Baba, the next pocket is to carry home food. No. The next pocket is to carry home something good that you learned over here. That is how we grow as a society. That is how we move up in life. That is how we have a better life. Think about this, for example. You went to primary school, maybe your secondary school and tertiary. Why do people go through these processes to keep learning and growing to become better at what they do so that they can achieve more in life? I would have tried so many things, and I'm telling you, coming to the point of spirituality, everything else falls into place. When you get this right, everything else falls into place. Just by chanting the mantra, just by doing it with faith, doing it with love and devotion, that starts to transform you in ways that you could not even imagine. I'm telling you. I don't speak things that I have not experienced, devotees. I don't believe in that. I will never come and sit here and just read something and tell you that I don't understand. Never. I don't believe in that at all. I believe in being authentic because I believe that's my purpose, right? So the mantra here, she's told to go and perform austerity because it's conducive to what? Bringing joy. You want joy in life? Find some form of spiritual practice. I would have mentioned that last night to you all. Find some form of spiritual practice. You want a mantra? Well, you want a mantra? Yes? All right, you say, well, Baba, well, I want a Devi mantra, I want Hanuman mantra, I want Shiv mantra. That's how it goes, because we all have a preference, and that's fine. I told you last night there's a very simple and a very short mantra that everybody can chant. The mantra is Om. When you chant Om, devotees, have you ever seen the monks and them? You ever see that's all they chant? Om? So now we watch them bald head fellows and think, them I know what they're doing. Really? They're very, very powerful. You have no idea because the amount of power that is awakening on the inside because of the chanting of Om. I told you that Om activates all the three areas in your body, going through all the chakras, through all the energy centers, awakening all of them. U, and Ma. Three vibrations significantly. Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. You want a mantra? It starts there. Start there. If you think everything else is difficult, just start there. You want something a little more elaborate? Om Namah Shivaya. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. So since it's Navratri, I give you a Devi mantra. Om, repeat after me, say Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. It's like I call an A boy. Durgaye. A, right? Durgaye. Right? Like that. So let's say it back. Say Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Very simple. And you start chanting like that, you start making it a habit. So I would normally advise when devotees come to me and ask, Baba, how can I ease my problems and my difficulty? Look, it's written right here. To ease it, do some tapasya. Take one mantra and do at least one mala a day. Just one. And see the significant transformation and differences start making in your life, devotees. Here, listen next. Tapabala rache prapram chu vidhata. Tapabala Vishnu sakala jaga trata. Tapabala sambhu karahi samaghara. Tapabala seshu dhre mahi bhara. By the power of tapasya, penance, the creator creates the world. Brahmaji, he creates the entire world. By the power of penance again, Lord Vishnu sustains it and keeps it in a state of balance in these things. And by the power of tapasya, Shambhu, who is Lord Shiva, what does he do? We say destroy, but he reabsorbs. In order for something new to be born, something has to come to an end. But look at this for example, right? Does anything actually end, devotees? Well, you know I like to get on the science of things, right? I know whiz or genius or anything of the sort, but I love to understand the science behind things, right? Does anything ever come to an end? One of the main theories in science that applies right here and you'll understand is Charles Darwin theory. Energy, you all know this. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? Some of you know it, right? It simply changes shape or form. So I'm not lying, right? It cannot be destroyed. Everything in this creation is made up of what? It's made up of energy. Shakti, the divine mother, it's made up of energy. Everything. Where's the energy? A couple nights ago I told you about I was talking about the ECG machine and showing you how the heartbeat and showing you that vibration, right? Let's understand this. Where is the God? Where is the energy? That is everywhere. The bhajan says, Moko kaha dhundo bande, main to tere paas re. Moko kaha dhundo bande, main to tere paas re. Right? Bhagwan says, why are you searching for me here and everywhere Main to tere paas re. Moko kaha dhundo bande. Why are you searching for me everywhere right? Yeah. But where is the God that is right here? Where is the God that is the rain, that is the earth, that we worship? Prithvi Mata, Dharati Mata, Indra Devta, the rain, Pavan Devta, the wind. Where is that God? Who is that God that is everywhere? I'm saying this for my little friend that I made today over there. Right? Right? Let me see if I remember. Narisha. Very powerful, powerful name. If you break that up in Sanskrit, I don't know what they will say the word Narisha itself means completely, but if you break it up, Nar means man and Isha is actually another name for Parvati. So that's actually like Shiva and Shakti combined together. Ardhanarishwara. Narish. You see? Ardhanarishwara. Kya baat hai? Right? So I'm saying this for her understanding. If she understands this, everybody else can understand it, right? So when you go to school, you will learn, right, that everything in this world is made up of energy, right? If you break it down scientifically, you'll find something called matter. Not so? Right. Some of us know that, right? You break it down again, you'll find something called a molecular structure. You break that down, don't worry, getting simpler. Don't worry about the words and thing, right? You break the molecular structure down, you'll get an atom, right? The students will love this one, right? You get an atom. You break the atom, which is one of the smallest particles, if not the smallest particle. Don't ask me, I don't know all that, right? I just know what I'm talking about, right? Smallest particle. Atom, you break it down. When you break down that atom, devotees, you're going to get three things. Tell me what they are. First one is a proton. Second one is a neutron. And the third one is a electron. You get a positive charge, a negative charge, and a neutral charge. Everybody needs to understand this. If you get this tonight, you will see life completely different, just like how I see it. You get a positive charge, a negative charge, and a neutral charge. Everything in this entire creation, the universe, the multiverse, everything you can think about, possibly think about, is made up of energy, and it breaks down to get to that point where there's a positive charge, a negative charge, and a neutral charge. The rain, the earth, the sky, every element that exists, devotees. With that being said, we say that God is here, there, and everywhere. God is the energy. That divine mother is the Shakti, is the energy that makes up everything that you can possibly think about. Some of us call it Shiva. Some of us call it Devi. We call it by different names. That energy I'm referring to. We call it by different names. But it's everywhere. They hook you up to the machine, as I told you a couple nights ago. You'll see a wavelength on the screen. When the machine is going beep, beep. When you exit that body, you no longer see it. Why? Because the energy and the vibration is no longer existing in the air. It's gone. Yeah, the body is still made up of elements, and there's positive, negative, and neutral charge there. But that higher power, which is divinity, which is the divine spark of God, which you are, is gone from the body at that point in time. So coming back to the tapasya here, and coming back to what is being said. So through the power of tapasya, the Creator creates. Through the power of tapasya, Bhagwan Vishnu preserves. Through the power of tapasya, Lord Shiva, he reabsorbs. So he takes something from the state of energy that is in and converts it into another. This applies, we just came out of a very important period. What is that period called in Hinduism? It's called what? Na Pitar Pak? You sure? Why thousands of people in Trinidad and Tobago say, Baba Peter Pak? Peter Pak, Pak. Not right? No, it don't have nothing like Peter Pak, right? It is not Peter Pak and Peter Pan and all these things. Okay? Right? We need to get it right. I have to tell people this all the time. It's called what? Pitri Paksh. Paksha is a fortnight. Pitri, ancestors. A fortnight in the Hindu calendar is equivalent to 15 days dedicated to the ancestors. Right? Why I'm saying this is because look how it ties into energy now. People ask Baba, and I know these are questions that people have. It's best I tell you this than I tell you anything else. I can read a whole story for you. You know, Ram gone in the forest and Sita Devi disappear and tra-la-la-la-la, and go through the same story over and over and over, and you learn nothing. It helps you in no way whatsoever. You go back home empty. It makes no sense, right? So let me teach you something that you can go home with that will help you and will help your children and everybody else as well. So people ask Baba, well, if somebody die, right? And you put in the food by the grass, how they get in the food? Ah, they smile because all they want to know too. How it is they get in the food that you put in by the grass and them gone already? The scripture says, devotees, that when you offer that food, so I'm telling you now that I'm not making it up. Right? So you'll understand. I'm not just trying to modernize anything, right? That's what people say sometimes. It's there, we just have to understand it. It is said that that food that is there, Bhagwan accepts it and converts it into whatever means of sustenance is necessary for the soul, wherever it is, even if they have taken rebirth. That is the power of devotion. That is the power of the mantra of offering. That is the power of performing the tapasya, of doing the offering. Doing the offering is tapasya, you know. Just by making an effort to do a little talanjali, offering all these things, it's tapasya. That is the power of your prayer. You offer that day, you say, Shri Krishna, Arpanam. I offer in the name of Shri Krishna. Right? Bhagwan has the ability to take the energy from that food, because it's energy like anything else, and convert it into anything that that soul will need. So Guru Puran says that if they are born back in the form of a child, because this is the one that most people want to know, then they will receive it in the highest form possibly that a child could receive. What does a child like the most? I could put a Lamborghini in front of a 2-year-old child. Would it make any difference to them? A Mercedes-Benz. Let me talk about ones they know in Trinidad, right? Right? BMW. It makes no sense because that child will not know. If the 5 years older might know. They might know because nowadays the younger ones, they are so aware of what is going on, right? It makes no sense if I put that in front of the child. Right? Devotees. This tapasya, just by doing it, you can make so many changes. Not just that one in particular I'm talking about, but any form of tapasya that you do in your life. Sati Devi would have come back in the form of Parvati Devi, right? She would have dropped the body and come back in the form of Parvati Devi. And now she has to go to do tapasya to get back her consort, who was her consort in her last life already. Jennifer has some work to do. If you want to get back Demo again in the next life and all the others, you know, Saat Janmo Tak, 7 lifetimes, you have some work, right? Cut out, right? To get again, she has to do the tapasya again. But because Bhagwan, Lord Shiva is Bhagwan, to acquire his darshan, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. It's not that easy to just say, well, God will just make it happen just so. No, it doesn't happen just so. There's something required that we must do, devotees. So now, continues to say, by the power of penance again, Shesha or Sheshnag, which is the 1,000-headed serpent, right, supports the entire world. Right? Sheshnag is the serpent that Lord Vishnu resides upon. Right? And here, devotees, she continues to tell about that vision that she would have seen. What does she say? Let's sing and chant together. Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti Mata. Bolo.
Dum Durge Mata.
Sing the bodies.
Om Shakti Mata.
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti Mata.
Dum Durge Mata. Om Shakti Mata.
तप आधार सब सृष्टि भवानी, कर ही जाई तपो असजिय जानी, सुनत बचन बिस्मित महतारी, सपन सुने ओ गिरि ही हमकारी. तुम दुर्गे बोलो.
Dum Durge Mata. Om Shakti Mata. Dum Durge Mata. Om Shakti Mata.
मातु पिता ही बहु विधि समुझाई, चलियो माँ तप हित हर साई, प्रिय परिवार पिता अरु माता, भये विकल मुख आवन बाता. तुम दुर्गे तुम सिंह बोली.
Durge Mata. Om Shakti Mata.
तुम दुर्गे माता, ओम शक्ति माता, ओम शक्ति माता, ओम शक्ति माता, ओम शक्ति माता. बोलो श्यारी शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. I just sing it to make sure they're waking now. That's why. Otherwise, I can keep talking. You know what I mean? But we have to keep the flow going, right? So, tab आधर सब सृष्टि भवानी, कर ही जाई तपु असजेय जानी. In fact, the entire creation, Bhavani, rests on penance, rests on tapasya. How so? Think about this, for example. The sages and the saints and all the people around the world who's doing penance and tapasya every single day. Yes, it still has negative things happening in this world, but imagine how much worse it could have been if it is your prayer was not happening, my prayer was not happening, and everybody was not putting their prayer together. There's a powerful saying, Sanghe Shakti Kali Yuge. In this day and age of Kali Yuga, organization is power. You can't do it alone. But we do it together, it becomes combined, and it becomes more and more and more. And that's how it affects the entire universe. So, this entire creation rests on penance. Bearing this in mind, right? So she was instructed in that vision, go and practice penance. Most of us here, devotees, everyone sitting here can't tell me that at some point in your life you were praying and you never got some sort of insight or you saw some devata. You don't have to tell anybody, but you saw some devata or you got some sign or you got some sort of instruction, do this or do this puja or do this satsang or do this offering. There are many people sitting inside here who would have had those experiences. And I can say that firmly because I understand it and I know that. You've had these experiences. It's real. They say, Baba had a dream. I want you to interpret it. Right?
I'm here to tell you today is real. It's real. It's not fake. It's not fallacy. Right? It's absolutely real. Just like Bhavani Mata, the mother of this universe, had this vision as you've seen, we see as well. Based on your level of awareness, you will see in different ways as well and experience, right? Hearing this in mind, go and practice tapasya. Bhavani, when she heard these words, her mother became very, very astonished and sent for the father of Parvati, narrating this entire vision as well. Matu pitahi bahu bidhi samujai. Now you have a loving daughter of yours. You wouldn't want her to leave and go anywhere and all of these things. But now she has to go. She has a purpose. She has a mission. You no longer go, even in our culture especially, right? If you look at the Indian culture with Hindus and these things in particular, I mean, right? You will see it still have a lot of people still old school. They don't want to send their daughter far away to go and work. They don't want to send her if she has to go for education. They don't want, I know that will step on some people's toes, right? But this is the truth, right? When something has to be done, devotees, don't hold back your child. You try to shield them from the world, and sometimes they become, sorry to say it, but they come out worse than you imagine that they could have ever been. Don't try to shield them. There are certain experiences, there's so much that you can do as a parent, but there are certain experiences that they have to undergo and they have to go through themselves as well. How would they learn and how would they know? There are certain things you can protect them from, that's fine. And you can teach them. But sometimes we shield them so much that when they come out and see the world, they're like, what is this? And they don't know, and they are so naive and innocent that they end up in situations where they cannot protect themselves. And I say that because I deal with not just hundreds of devotees, I deal with thousands of people. Every day my phone is ringing. Every day, continuously. Right? To deal with situations because something is happening or this thing happened or this person is going through this problem. And I hear it over and over and over. And I see it all the time. So I'm telling you. Right? Even you as well too. Sometimes we are so afraid to go to the mandir. We are so afraid to come out. If you live fear-based, you will never be able to actually enjoy or have a proper life. Right? So here, the parents didn't want to send her at all. They didn't want to. So that's why she told the vision to her mother and all these things. Those of you who were here before, you would have heard that, right? So now, telling the father as well, Matu pitahi bahu bidhi samujai. After consoling her parents and in all ways possible, Chali uma tapa hita harshai. Then she happily went away to practice her tapasya. Priya parivar pita arumata, her loving entire household and her parents and all of that. Bhaye bikala mukha avana bata. They were all completely distraught. Right? They couldn't speak a word. A word couldn't come to their lips because why? This is the first time their daughter is leaving and she's going and we don't know what is going to happen. I don't know. I'm sending her out into the world. What is going to happen? Right? Devotees. Beresara Muni Aitaba. At that point in time, a sage by the name of Verashira came. Sabahi Kaha Samujai, and he consoled the family at this point in time. Parvati Mahima Sunata Rahe Prabodhahi Pai. Hearing the greatness as that sage started to extol the greatness of Parvati and what she will accomplish and all of that, the parents felt really, really happy. This is why it's important to have a guru in your life, devotees. Proper one too, at the same time. That can actually guide and give you some proper solid information and advice. That is very, very important. Right? Here, when you have that guidance, it holds you like a rock. I see a lot of children nowadays, they don't even have a guru. Adults come to me, Baba, you know, I never Krishna, no. Not just like guru like that. You can have a guru in any form. At one point in time, Swamiji told me, when I refer to Swami, all the time I'm talking about Swami Prakashananda, right? He told me, he said, you have a minimum of 24 gurus in your life, not one. Because I told him, I don't have the relationship with my godfather that I wish I could have, right? For various reasons. Jai Bhagwan. You could only imagine. Right? Devotees. And when I said that, he said, Balmesh, you don't know you have a minimum of 24 gurus in your life, not one. I was like, really? I grew up my life being taught all my life you initiate with one guru, and that's the end of the story. If he don't work out, crapo smoke your pipe. Right? That's the end of it there, right? Devotees, it is not true. You have Vidya Guru, one who imparts knowledge on you. You have Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is the one who initiates you, performs what you call the Christian ceremony, your Guru Diksha, right? I have many Diksha Gurus now in my life that I didn't have before because I didn't know that it could have been done in different ways. Right? Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, Swami Ganapati Sachidananda, right? In many different forms now. I was initiated in different ways, right? Let's not get into that. Now, the point of it is that you can be initiated at different levels in your life. Swami Prakash Nanda told me, he said, when you finish with one guru, if he can't take it to the next level, he's supposed to pass you on to another guru. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, but we don't get that anymore. Because everybody wants to hold on to everybody and hold them down to their philosophy and their teaching, and this is all you must know. You shouldn't know anything else. You know what I mean? We live in a control. Religion brings us into a controlled society. Bolo Shri Shakti Jagannath Mata ki jai. Understand this, devotees. Right? So, when you look at any of them, like Prabhu Shri Ram, for example, his guru at his home was who? Vashishta Muni. I'm using examples you would know now. That's why I'm saying simple ones. Vashishta Muni was their family guru, right? But when Prabhu Shri Ram had to be born, what did father had to do? Vashishta Muni performed the ceremony? He had to go and find another sage to come and perform the ceremony. Then when Rama, let's look in the context of gurus itself. If you say that's not guru itself, okay. Vashishta Muni was his guru. When he had to go into the forest, which guru he went with? Who taught him archery and all of these things? The name of that guru to Rama was, to Prabhu Shri Ram was Vishwamitra Muni. Kya baat hai? It's right there in the scripture, you know. We just have to realize it and understand. You'll find different gurus in your life that will take you to new levels. If you have a guru that is not fulfilling the purpose, you can adopt. Or you can talk to someone that can take you and explain the process of, okay, how can you go to the next level? But you must have the guidance. That is important. That is essential. So here, right, if you go back to all scriptures, you'll see it everywhere, right? When that sage came and he consoled them there at this point in time, they felt relieved because now they know, hey, I understand, I can trust, I can respect the word of that guru to understand that he will not mislead me or misguide me, but he's guiding me in the right direction, right? Here now, devotees. Uradhari Uma Pranapati Charana Jai Vipina Lagi Tapu Kara Charshin and Hahat. The feet of the Lord. Who is the Lord here now? Bhagwan Shiva. Parvati Devi went into the forest and she started her tapasya. Ati Sukumara Natanu Tapa Jogu. Though she was she was a princess, right? So she was very, very delicate and all of these different things. At the end of the day, she was not made for living in the forest and all those things. But she abandoned all of that, right? Pati Parasumiri Tajeyu Sabu Bhogu. She abandoned all of that for the sake of doing the austerities, and she fixed her mind on the feet of the Lord. In life, devotees, we will face many, many challenges. We will face many, many difficulties. And as we face these things, sometimes you say, a time comes sometimes. I've been there as well. You say, well, God, this thing ain't working out, boy. Let me try something else. Right? Or you start fighting with God. You start quarreling with God. God, oh my, this not working out. God is you. You're the reason I'm going through this. You start blaming God. You start, no God. That never happened to you before. Don't lie. You're in the mandir. It happens to even the best of us. I would not lie. I'm sitting here, right? It happens even to the best of us devotees. If you really want things to work in life, today I was explaining, and I'll give you that explanation because we use it in the puja here now. So you see how it comes? The coconut. We use the coconut in the puja here, right, devotees? If you look at that coconut and you observe that coconut very, very carefully, before you shell the coconut, how does the coconut look? It has the hard shell on the outside. You start removing, you have the husk, right? Then when you remove the husk, then you find what? You find the husk is the fiber. That's not talking, right? We call it husk, all of those things, right? You find that when you reach closer inside, you find the shell, the hard shell, right? Don't use no fancy words on mana, right? So we find the hard shell, right? When you find the hard shell on the inside, after the hard shell, what do we find? You find the jelly and you find the water. You want to know how that applies in life? First of all, we use the coconut because it's the purest form of water that you can find because the water is contained within a shell, right? Really, really beautiful and powerful. Every auspicious activity you're doing, you should offer a coconut. Crack the coconut. You're blessing a vehicle, crack the coconut. I'm not making up something, right? Sometimes you don't see it in Trinidad. I do it. Look at the movies, you'll see. It's there in your tradition. It comes from our tradition. You want a good job, you offering your love, you're praying, crack a coconut. Anything that you're doing, offer the coconut, right? So we use the coconut there. Let's compare this to our life. when you're going through life and you start in life, right? Things nice and smooth sometimes, right? It can be smooth and alright. When you're a child growing up, you're not thinking about anything. And like the outside of the coconut, real smooth on the outside, right? It just, right, slick. You go a little bit inside and you start finding the husk now, right? The fiber, as they call it, right? When you go inside now, what happens? That husk, that is similar to our life. When you're going through life sometime, don't you feel like, wait, boy, this thing, I can't see my way. I don't know where I'm going. 1 minute I'm here, next minute I'm not here. I don't know where am I. I don't know what is going on. 1 minute the job working out, next minute it's not working out. This is not working, that is working. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. That is life. Then you go through all of that and you reach that point where you finally think, wait, I get through all of this husky period now, right? And I'm at this point now where I think things gonna be good now. And you reach one hard point where that is where most people give up. That's the hard shell in the coconut. That point is the point where most people say, I can't do this anymore. You give up on God and you give up on everything else at that point in time. Little do you know that that hardship is as thin as the shell of that coconut, devotees. How thin is that shell? It seems hard. But through the faith of Bhagwan, with faith, love and devotion, Bolo Shari Shakti Shrama Mata Ki Jai. You crack that coconut like nothing. Similarly in life, devotees, if you take the name of the divine and you do it with faith, you will burst through that hardship like if it is nothing at all. And you meet the sweet fruits of life and the nectar that life has to offer you. It's a process. But most of us don't want to go through the process to get there. We want to get to the end result. Now, I'm telling you why again, because I know it from my own experience. I want to get to the end now. I don't want to wait to go through all this difficulty. Nah. Let's go straight to the end. Devotees. With that being said, that divine mother, she went and having that Lord enshrined in her heart, she's ready to perform her tapasya. Despite the fact that she's not cut out for all of this hardship, she did not give up because she knew what her destination was. If you have a goal in mind, devotees, and you know what you're working towards, believe in that divine. Offer your love and your devotion and you will achieve it. What happens, devotees? That divine mother, as she started her tapasya, each phase of that devotion brought something different. What happened? Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re, Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re. Sing.
Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re.
Nitana Bacharnau Pajanuraga, Isari Reha Tapahi Manulaga, Sambata Sahasamula Palakai, Sagukai Satabarsha Gavai, Jai Devi Mahakali
Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re, Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re.
She got so absorbed in that tapasya. Each level brought a new experience. It was completely different. But she got so absorbed into her tapasya that she didn't even think of her own body. What hardship is my body going through? What difficulty, dust, and all these different things covering my body. I am not nourishing my body. All sorts of things. It is said for thousands and thousands of years, Moola Phal, right? That's roots and fruits alone. She sustained her. And then for another 100 years, she ate only vegetables. Look at the kind of tapasya we're talking about, right? Kachu dina bojanu bari batasa. Kya baat hai? You hear batasa, right? For some days, her only sustenance was water and air. And for few days, she observed, an even more strict fast. Belavati mahi pare sukhai, tini sahasa sambata soi khai. For 3,000 years, she maintained herself only on devotees. What? Belavati. Dry leaves that was falling from a bale tree that was present there. Feeding of dry leaves. We can live like that? Baba, I had to fast from salt. Baba, I had to fast from 6 to 6. Huh? Baba could fast half day. Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re. Bolo!
Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re.
And at one point, I'm going to give you an easy answer. No? Just now, the easy part coming. She continued, even up to a point where she gave up even the dry leaves. And she was given the name Aparna. She was given the name Aparna, the one who's leafless. Not even leaves she is consuming. Her body reached a point of self-mortification. You know what I mean now? Started to look almost dead now. To that point, right? And Brahmaji now, his voice resonated. Coming from the heavenly regions, and he spoke. And he said, Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re. Bolo!
Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re.
Bhayu Manorat Suphalatava Sunu Giriraj Kumari. Listen, O daughter of the mountain king. Your desire is accomplished. Pariharu dusaha kalesa saba abba milihai tripurari. Says, abandon all of this rigorous tapasya. Soon, the slayer of Tripura, who is Tripurari, Bhagwan Shiva, he will be yours. Says, there have been many sages who would have performed tapasya and all of these things. But they did it, many individuals who would have done it, but they did it for their own selves. They didn't do it for a great reason. Look how much Rakshas have, how much tapasya they did. How you think they became Rakshas? Just so? Because they did tapasya to get benefit for themselves, to cause harm and hurt upon others. Right? But no one, not one Bhavani, has performed such a tapasya. Now cherish Abba Ura. Darahu Brahma Barabani Satya Sadasam Tata Suchijani. Now cherish in your heart this word that I'm speaking, knowing it to be true and eternally sacred. Avai pita bulavan jabhi hat parihari garajai utabahi millahi tumahi jab saptar shishisa jani hutab pramana bagish. When your father comes to summon you, be not stubborn. Return home. When the 7 seers come to meet you, be assured of the truth of this the prophecy, what they will speak to you. Parvati Devi rejoiced, hearing that divine voice. Devotees, what happens next? We will hear tomorrow. Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re. Bolo!
Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re.
Jai Devi Mahashakti Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re, Jai Devi Mahashakti Re. Bolo Shari Shakti Shrama Mata Ki Jai. Devotees, what happens next, as I said, we will hear tomorrow. So now you have to come back tomorrow to hear the continuation. Because the big guy is coming into the picture now. So I know you want to hear that part, right? It's very, very important. So again, Katha Kamstan and devotees, I just like to say thank you so much for being a wonderful and attentive audience. I hope that you would have learned some valuable lessons tonight that you can take home with you and apply into your lives at this point in time. We make preparation as we join in our final arati this evening. See, you know the drift, man. Me had to tell her. I love it. I love it. Now I get so accustomed to it. What's going to happen after this 9 days now with me? When I don't get so accustomed to it now, I'll be like, wait, boy. All right, good. Om Sajam Chivarti Senukam Mahina Yojnam Yadipam Grana Deva Shatrailokyam Timirapaham Deepam Narishyami. Bolo Shari Shakti Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Suno mere Devi पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
Together, let's sing, let's chant, and let's glorify. Because I didn't tell you the last part, the easy part I was going to tell you. Right here it is. In Kali Yuga, such rigorous tapasya is not required. All it takes in the day and age of Kali Yuga, here's the answer he was looking for. To attain that divine, is to simply chant the name. That's it.
सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया. अम्मा
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल.
रे तेरी भेंट चराया रे तेरी भेंट चराया. अम्मा
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
सुबह चोली तेरे अंग विराजे
सुबह चोली तेरी अंग विराजे
सुबह चोली तेरे अंग विराजे
सुबह चोली तेरी अंग विराजे.
केसर तिलक लगाया
केसर तिलक लगाया. सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
ब्रह्मा वेद परे तेरे द्वारे
ब्रह्मा वेद परे तेरे द्वारे
ब्रह्मा वेद परे तेरे द्वारे
ब्रह्मा वेद परे तेरे द्वारे.
शंकर ध्यान लगाया शंकर ध्यान लगाया. अम्मा
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया.
नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया.
सोने का छत्र चराया सोने का छत्र चराया. अम्मा
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला
ऊंचे पर्वत बनियो दिवाला.
नीचे शहर बसाया नीचे शहर बसाया. मैं
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया.
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये
सत्युग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये.
कलि कलियुग राज सवाया, कलियुग राज सवाया। अम्मा
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती।
मोहन भोग लगाया, मोहन भोग लगाया। अम्मा
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
दानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे,
दानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे,
दानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे,
दानु भगत में तेरे गुण गावे।
मन वांछित फल पाया, मन वांछित फल पाया। अम्मा सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया। बोलो
सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
for final time, devotees, for final time tonight, you now know the answer. What the secret is in Kali Yuga. To chant that name, right? So let's chant together. Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti Mata.
धुम दुर्गे माता, ओम शक्ति माता।
Dum Durge Mata, Om Shakti Mata.
धुम दुर्गे माता, ओम शक्ति माता।
जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे। बोलो
जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे।
जय देवी महाशक्ति रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे, जय देवी महाशक्ति रे। बोलो श्री शक्ति श्री रामा माता की जय। You assume a prayer position at this point in time. We clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads and pray. We pray in whatever way you feel comfortable, devotees, as we thank the Divine for blessing us with this most wonderful opportunity tonight to join once more in devotion. O Divine Mother, as we surrender before you once more, we ask you to guide us in this world, to bless us. I pray that you bless the wonderful Shrutas today joining in puja. You bless their families, my wonderful group on stage. I pray that you bless each and every one of the wonderful devotees joining with us from near and far, our families, our mandir, our home, our village, our country, and the world at large. Om Mantrahinam
प्रियाहीनं
Bhaktihinam
जनार्दनं
Yat Pujitam
मया देवा
Paripurnam
तदस्तु मे
Tvameva Mata
सविता त्वमेव
Tvameva Bandhush
शशिका त्वमेव
Tvameva Vidya
द्रविणं त्वमेव
Tvameva Sarvam
मम देवदेव अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णनामोर्णं वासुदेवं हरे श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे। हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम। With faith, with love and devotion, we lift our voices as we chant Vikshi to Bhagwan. बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। श्री उमा ब्रह्मादेव की जय। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। हर नम पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। जय सीताराम everyone. आराम से बैठिए, seat yourselves most comfortably. Our tea will come to you, prasadam, and meals are lovingly prepared. So please stay and partake. I would also like to say Bhagwan's blessings upon those who would have made all the preparations to make tonight possible once more. Those who would have prepared all the prasadam, the meals, and prepared for the puja and all of these things. May Bhagwan bless each and every one of you. So at this point in time, I'll hand over back to the group while the arti is coming to you and the prasadam and so forth is coming.
कर्पूरकारं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। हर हर शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा। कर्पूरकारं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं निद्रयादविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि हर हर शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा शम्भो शम्भो शिव महादेवा Malapina
still a runaway ending there. That's one for memories. We will have more time.
Of the unique.
That was nice. Thanks. There was some of that.
जगदम्बिके